Yay Media Group.
What do you mean? I'm so protective of the boys. I'm very responsible.
What are you going to do when they're in the ocean? Go take shots with 20-year-old spring breakers?
No, I'm going in the ocean with them. Hey guys, episode 146. If you're watching right now, do I look tan? I'm on vacation right now when y'all are hearing this.
And I'm back home by myself.
Yo, you're fine. You enjoy it. You get annoyed by us. You're going to have fun.
I'm going to be lonely.
You can work on the car. No, you're not.
I could work on what?
The yard. You love like pulling weeds, or go knock on Mark's door. Rich already said he'd hang with you, or he told him you were going to be by yourself.
All right. Maybe I will take some
alone time.
Some Big Jeff time.
Yeah.
I'll start a project of some sort.
Go fishing or something.
Without my boys?
I don't know. Whatever you like to do. Go to the pool. Work on your tan.
Like you?
I got a spray.
I know. How was it?
It was good. You know what? I haven't been to Palm Beach tan.
I didn't even know those things. I don't even know how they still exist.
I didn't even know it was still a thing. And I was at Whole Foods over by us. And I was like, wait, that's a Palm Beach? And
excuse me, I was by Whole Foods and then I stopped by Sephora. Why did you need to say that?
I walked in and I was like, nobody's in here tanning. People were still going in tanning beds. I didn't think people went in tanning beds anymore. I'm not judging if you go to tanning beds. I was one of those people, we've talked about this, that went like 4 days a week to a tanning bed back in the day. Oof. Not anymore. I know. And I'm going to have plenty more skin cancer popping up just from all the sun damage that I have done to my skin. But yeah, there were people, because the girls like, have you been here before? And I go, well, back in North Carolina, like years ago, because most people do the individual, have somebody spray you.
Right.
And we have a girl in our neighborhood that's amazing, but I needed to get my legs and everything done. I didn't feel like getting naked in front of someone else. I was like, I'm just going to go in the booth. And so I asked the lady today, I was like, is it kind of weird if I bring my kids because they're scared to stay in the front by themselves? Can they just come in the room with me? And she was like, liability, we can't. So I gave the boys my phone and was like, do not talk to a stranger. If anybody asks you to leave, like you run to the front desk. Like I've got my kids all like scared that somebody's going to kidnap them. And, but while I was doing it, I thought I heard something crying, but you know, in your head, because you're worried that they're doing something up front. And I was like, is that Leighton crying? And so the whole time, you know, as you're standing, it's like 1 foot on 1 and the other foot on 3. Now,
oh, that's right.
Like the old school, you press the button and you stand like this. That's the type of one I did. And you know what? I liked it. I missed it.
I like going to the girl in her neighborhood. She's great.
You don't shut the door. Like, you know, used to it'd be like you're in the tube and you shut. There's no door. So I'm glad the kids didn't go in there with me because they would have just saw me.
Oh, yeah. I like going, if we do a vacation or something, I like to do that like right around this time of year.
I just did it because I'm going to the beach and my legs are so white and I'm going to be in a bathing suit and I just want my legs to be like look tan and it'll hide my cellulite and everything will just look a little bit better if I have something on.
Well, you look great. We're going to get to some voicemails here in a little bit. Like we said earlier, Jordan's gone. I'm back home. So this is kind of like a fill-in episode while Jordan's on vacation with the boys this week and I'm home crying by myself. I'm just kidding. But we've been watching so much murder these days and we're not going to get into it. But it just, your story right now just like lined up, you know, knock on wood. But it's like, so how did it start? Well, officer, I was at Palm Beach Tan and my kids, I thought, were old enough to sit by themselves. And it's like just a ridiculous story. And then the next thing I knew, they disappeared.
Well, I always ask them, I'm like, do y'all want to sit in the car? Like, I won't leave the car running, but.
Sit in the car?
Well, yeah, because what they do is, this is what my boys do. I always have blankets in the back of the car just because when we were with sports, like Leighton would always be cold or something. So I always have these blankets back there. And Leighton, I have him a bag of just all his art stuff. So they love getting in the back of the trunk. They crawl back there and I'll leave like the window crack so air's coming through, but not enough where somebody could get their hand in there. And Lawson and him get the blanket out and they draw and they have my phone. They know how to call you. I'm always tell Lawson, I'm like, if something happens or you can't get out of the car because somebody's like trying to get in the car, I was like, you know how to call 911. And I go, you know how to call your dad or call Lisa, because Lisa always answers her phone.
All right. You better call a lawyer because I don't know. We should probably take that out.
Why?
Why do you leave your kids in the car?
They're 8 and 6.
Why you go take a tan? What do you go have a Marlboro light around the corner too? And a 40? What are you talking about? Leave your kids in the car.
I go, no, it's like rainy and cloudy today and it's cool. And then you crack a window.
Don't you?
Fine.
Where do all the creeps hang out? In
grocery
mini
stores?
mall parking lots.
I parked right in front of Palm Beach.
You didn't do it, but don't do
I
that.
didn't do it. They went inside with me and I gave them the option. I was like, do you want to do that? Or do you want to go in with me? But a creep could walk in Palm Beach and take him either. Leighton goes, I'll kick him in the balls, Mom. I'm like, okay, let's not say that.
Wow.
Don't be so blunt.
Now you're making me more worried about you gone with them for a week.
What do you mean? I'm so protective of the boys. I'm very responsible.
What are you going to do when they're in the ocean? Go take shots with 20-year-old spring breakers?
No, I'm going in the ocean with them. I told my mom that. I was like, Mom, Lawson with the boogie board. I was like, you're going to have to stand at the end and I'll go in the ocean with Lawson just to make sure he gets in. I'm not, right. I don't mess around like with stuff like that.
Well, leaving them in the car wasn't a great
They are 8
story.
and 6 years old. They know how to get out. If they were 4 and 2, that's a totally different story. Lawson's 8 years old.
All right. Well, let's take some calls. Okay. The first one is from Colorado Police Department, and they want to talk to you.
You know, people. Wait, I do want to share this one story before we start because that reminded me. My mom worked at the bank in North Carolina, and in South Carolina, I think it's Horry. I think it's the Horry Police Department. I'm saying this right.
Horry?
It's not Horry. Horry.
WHORE?
No, HORR. Anyways, my mom was really good with the friends with the bail bondsman because she worked at the bank, and he'd always fill her in and all this stuff. So he called my mom at the bank and pretend to be the police department and said that I got arrested at Myrtle Beach. And my mom's like, oh my God, I am going to kill her. And then he came in the bank and started like cracking up. And he's like, that was me. I prank called you. Because she had told him that I was going to the beach with friends. Yeah. And he called my mom and pretended to be the police. And my mom totally believed him because he's a bail bondsman. He knew all that.
He's like Dog the Bounty Hunter?
Kinda.
Remember that show? All right. You want to get to these voicemails?
Yes, a lot of you requested these.
Well, now I missed my spot because you keep talking. All right, here we go. This one's Carrie about the Amazing Race. We haven't done these in a while, so we thought what better fill-in episode since you guys are continuing to leave voice messages that we're going to knock a couple out here. So I hope we get to some of yours. So Carrie, thanks for calling in, and let's see what you got to say.
Hey, Jeff and Jordan. This is Carrie from Minnesota. When you're on the Amazing Race, how long does it take you and the crew to get through customs? And when you're booking your flight, you always say for 2. Who books your cameraman's flight? Thanks. Bye.
Did you get that?
Yeah.
So the camera people are already set up on the plane. They know how many seats are left on the plane. So they know if there's 15 or 16 racers left, that there's 16 available spots for us on the plane. Those tickets for the crew are already on there because they know how many teams are left. And like we explained before, there's 1 camera guy and 1 sound guy. So you're a team of 4. So do the math. They always have an open seat that's reserved. So when you're doing that, it's kind of just for the camera. I'm sure they do those ahead of time, or at least they don't sell these tickets because we're coming through. So right. I think that's production's part. But what you're seeing is what we're seeing when we're live. When we do it, those are the actual tickets that we use.
Mm-hmm. And what was the other question?
How does it get through customs? It took us a little bit longer because Jordan decided to go to the bathroom before.
Okay, we had just started the race and my stomach was really upset because I was just super nervous. And we landed in Santiago, Chile, and we started racing and my stomach was like, grrr, when it's like gurgling and you have to go to the bathroom. This is like TMI, by the way. but Jeff brought it up. So I guess we have to talk about it. So we are starting it, and everybody took off and is like running. And I'm like, Jeff, I cannot race if I have to go to the bathroom. And I normally will not use a public restroom unless I absolutely have to. Okay. So I did my thing in the bathroom. And then you were like all worked up and all mad because you thought we were way behind because I had to go to the bathroom. But it's like
we ended up winning that leg.
We did. And then, but that's one thing I've learned on Amazing Race. It doesn't matter. When you get off the plane, if somebody's sprinting and gets to a cab before you, it doesn't even matter because you might breeze through a competition, not a competition, a task.
A
roadblock, whatever it's called, that you have to do. So I think they're actually, I thought I saw this. I don't know if it's a rumor or not. I think they are having a all Big Brother Amazing Race season coming up. I think I saw that. I could be wrong.
Oh, well, speaking of voicemails, we didn't get one, so we're not on it.
I don't want to do it. No, thank you. Jeff could do it.
I think our time is done. All right, let's take a break and we'll come back and just smash some voicemails.
Meal planning is so stressful. A lot of times I talk to my friend on the phone. This is like when the kids were in school, and she's like, I am online trying to find a recipe for something to cook my family tonight. And then I'm always like, well, I'm just going to go stop somewhere and pick up food because I don't feel like planning it. But Hungry Root makes it easy. And Jeff normally is my personal chef.
I'm your Hungry Root.
You are my Hungry Root. Yes, you are. But
I don't always have the time for it. And that's when Hungry Root comes into play and makes it easy for our family as well as yours. Hungry Root takes the stress out of mealtime by planning a full week of meals tailored to your tastes, and it gets smarter with every order. With over 15,000 quick recipes shipped each week, many ready in just 15 minutes or less, it's easy to find options that fit your whole family's taste and nutritional goals, which isn't an easy task.
Whether you're gluten-free, dairy-free, you need something high protein, you're high protein.
That's right.
Focusing on gut health, that's me, or just about anything else, Hungry Root helps you stay on track. After a quick quiz, their smart cart technology builds a weekly menu that fits your needs, like having a personal meal planner who just gets it.
And let me talk about the quick quiz real fast. It's so helpful in anything you do, especially with Hungry Root, because like I said, it gets to know your personality, knows your likes and knows your dislikes, if you're allergic, if you're gluten-free, and it knows all those in the quizzes. As you keep ordering, it keeps getting to know you better. I really love that aspect.
Oh, I like that too, because it tailors it.
Especially for you, it keeps it easy.
Hungry Root helps cut down on food waste and keeps you from defaulting to expensive takeout when time's tight. And then I have been guilty of that. You get a great value with thoughtfully planned meals. And with our offer, every delivery includes a free item like a premium protein, veggie, or sweet treat.
There you go. And you got a little sweet tooth.
I love something. I love like a little bit of chocolate right after I eat something.
Hungry Root's got it all. Take advantage of this exclusive offer. For a limited time, get 40% off your first box, plus get a free item in every box for life. All you got to do is go to hungryroot.com/togetherness and use code TogetherMess. That's hungryroot.com/togetherness, code TogetherMess to get 40% off your first box and a free item of your choice for life. And it could even be that sweet tooth Jordan was talking about. hungryroot.com/togetherness, code TogetherMess. That's hungryroot.com/togetherness. Use code TogetherMess. That's MESS. And we're back. You like when I do that?
Where'd you get that from again?
From Jimmy Fallon. I did it like 2 weeks ago. Right. Yeah. All right, here we go. Let's take this one. It's Carly Pizza. Here we go.
Okay, so take number 2. The first time I left you guys a message, I was a little nervous and my voice was a little shaky. So let me just start over. Riley requests that they play this one. Hi, Jeff and Jordan. My name is Carly. I'm from the south suburbs of Chicago. I have a question for both of you, more for Jordan. When you guys were in the Big Brother house, Jordan, you asked Jeff if he could be any animal in the world, what would he be? And he said an eagle. And your response is that you would be a squirrel because they run fast, they climb on things, and they live in neighborhoods. So I'm just curious, would you still want to be a squirrel out of any animal in the world? I love you guys. You guys are great. Jeff, when you're back in Chicago, you know, the Pope just announced that his favorite pizza is Aurelio's. I really think if you haven't had it, you should try some Aurelio's pizza and get it with the Italian beef and giardiniera on there. It will completely change your life. But thank you so much, guys. You guys are awesome. Love ya. Bye.
Bye. Carly, man, you've nailed that like quote from Jordan. You got that almost like dead on.
I know. And you can, once someone says Chicago, then you like hear the accent. They sound like your family.
Yeah, shout out to Aurelio's. I've never had it, but I love beef and giardiniera, like Italian beef and giardiniera on pizza. I've been doing that forever. Now it's starting to catch on a little bit.
Where is Aurelio's?
I'm guessing the South Side, but I'm sure you could get it anywhere. You know, when Chicago pizza or Chicago people grew up, if you grew up in their Chicago or surrounding suburban neighborhoods, you kind of have your go-to place, you know, and that's kind of what you eat. And when it comes down to like stuffed pizza, you know, you could have your Uno's, Pequod's, Giordano's, whatever, you know.
I loved deep dish pizza, and my boys, or our boys, they're not into it. Like when we've been,
because they're not used to it. That's exactly what I'm saying. They're not used to it. You know what I mean?
It's so good.
If I got a beef and giardiniera pizza, people would be like, "What is that over here?"
Oh, I bet that would be so good.
It's the best. Yeah, it's the best. And I also have friends that own Italian restaurants, as you all know too. So if I order, I'm going to order from them. And now my parents are way out in the suburbs, so I think we just order like Giordano's and get a stuffed pizza or something. But going back to Carly's question, thanks again for the call and thanks for taking 2 on that. And shout out to Riley. She even knows Riley. That's amazing. But what animal would you be now? Would you switch up 16 years later?
Let's see. An animal? No, I mean, still.
No, you would not.
I got what I wanted. There's like a squirrel that was bothering me. Remember, I did an Instagram story about it. He kept messing with my pillows and kept plucking them and making holes in my pillow. And then he hid behind one pillow and would pop up, and he was annoying me. He kept hanging out. He's gone now. I don't know where he went. But
what animal would you want to be?
Maybe a dolphin.
People have been waiting on this. You'd be a dolphin?
Yeah. In the ocean.
Why not?
Because dolphins are friendly.
Why not like a killer whale?
What? Why? Dolphins are friendly.
Because
they can just laugh.
Because orcas, like, they're the king of the ocean.
I don't want to be a king. I just want to chill.
Why not?
With my friends.
You want to be a pawn?
No, dolphins are just with their friends.
Pretty smart, but I think they get dolphins. If they wanted to, I think they could get them. They train like they're young. I watch like all these nature shows. That's all I watch. But they train like the younger orcas.
To trick them?
No, they like trap them and they like get sharks and stuff to teach them like how to hunt. They hunt in like packs and teams. They're amazing.
Yeah, no, I don't want to be the king.
Why not?
Like I said, I just want to cruise with my friends in the ocean. That's all I want to do.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, let's take another. I just want to cruise with my friends. All right, let's take this one. This is anonymous, but it says Rich. I wonder if it's for. Oh, Big Richie. Let's see what they say.
Hi, Jeff and Jordan. I just watched your cul-de-sac friends.
Cul-de-sac.
YouTube thing. And, hey, Rich is hot. I don't know if he's in his 50s. I don't know if he likes older women. I'm 59. I'm in Seattle. And, yeah, if he wants a long-distance friendship, I'm there. Talk to you later. Bye.
I love it. I'm going to have to play this recording for Rich.
I'm just going to send it to Rich right now.
Watch,
I'm going to send it to Rich right now, and maybe he'll get back to us by the end of the podcast.
He'll be excited.
Let me tell you something, Seattle. How are we going to hook you up if you don't even leave your name? See what I'm saying there?
Yeah.
So we're just going to have to be like, tell Richie if he ever goes to Seattle. If Richie ever goes to Seattle, we'll let you know, and then you could call back in and
He'll be
Leave your
very,
digits.
very flattered.
I just sent that to him right now, except there's no name, but he'll be very flattered that you sent that in.
He's probably going to text you and be like, who sent that? Who is that? I told him that that people were asking about him, and he what was I going to say? He was his face got red.
He's very excited. Sorry if Leighton's in the shot. If you're watching this on YouTube or on Spotify.
Hang on real quick.
No,
That's
right. Put that down.
You got to go
we're good.
upstairs.
Yeah, ready? Let's just keep taking calls. Boys are good. We'll put him in the trunk of the car while we do this. Drop him off at a mini mall. All right, this is no name but golf cart. Here we go.
Hey, Jeff and Jordan. I think I might be the first male.
Yes. Hold on, I got to stop that because I was totally shocked by the voice. Thanks. Shout out to No Name Golf Cart. Here we go.
Hey, Jeff and Jordan. I think I might be the first male to ever call into your show or to your phone line here, but I have a funny golf cart story because you talk about golf carts from time to time on your show. We live in a 50-plus community here in Georgetown, Texas, and we took our golf cart to a gathering or a party at our community center, and we came out to find our golf cart after the show because I got a call from my mom that my dad had fallen, so we had to go rush out to go try to help him, but we needed to get our golf cart home so we could take our car. Well, we go out, golf cart's missing. Note to self, maybe take the keys out of the golf cart, but we felt like we're in a safe community. And so we get home and we're like, I call the cops and let them know that I think it got stolen. And the cop comes out and hangs out with us for a little bit. And he goes, do you want to wait 24 hours to make sure nothing else happens? And I go, yeah, let's wait before we report it per se, for real. And then the next morning, a guy calls and says, yeah, my brother-in-law has dementia and he may have taken your cart. And so he described it. Long story short, we got the golf cart back through a lot of shenanigans. That's why I call the story golf cart shenanigans. But anyway, that's the little golf cart story. Love you guys. Like everybody else, watched you from the beginning of Big Brother and Day Oneer on your podcast, and just enjoy watching you guys. You're so relatable, and really love your stories, and hoping for the best with all your scans of your Pernuvo or whatever you call that. But anyway, have a good one.
Oh, I love that he called.
I love
having
that.
the mail on
Yeah,
here.
and it was a great golf cart story too.
That is funny.
Yeah, and we did share the Pernuvo results. We're all good. We already shared that. So thank you for asking about that. Again, thanks for calling in. But that is a funny golf cart story. But Jordan, you always put the keys, and I can't stand it, in like the little slot up top.
It's how I can find it.
Put it where the keys are.
Why?
Because then wherever I go, I take the golf cart in our neighborhood and I have my own key and then I park it and your key's in there.
No,
so then I have to take both keys. And if I lose them, now we don't have a spare key.
The keys are universal. So you know what I thought he was going to say was that somebody's brother-in-law was drunk and accidentally, because the keys are universal on the golf cart that we have. So let's say our neighbors have the same type of golf cart. They can put their key in our golf cart. Is that real? Yeah. It is real because their best friends did it to us. They moved our golf cart and they thought we would notice, but you and I were drunk and didn't even notice that the golf cart was moved. And they were like cracking up. They're like, y'all didn't even notice.
I don't remember where I park.
Yeah, I never remember where
That's
I park.
a funny story. All right, we're going to take a break and get Leighton out of here, and then we'll come back and take some more calls. I know I'm getting to that age, and I'm probably past that age when I need to start thinking about life insurance and the future for you and our kids.
I talk about this all the time with my neighbors, and because if something happens to you, we need to make sure that we're covered. Or even me, if something happens to me, you need to make sure you're covered.
Right. And more so our kids.
Yes. Because that is something, when I really think about that, that's something that stresses me out. I want to make sure that they are taken care of and that they're okay in the future if something, God forbid, happened to us.
Yeah, I've talked talking to older people or people who have lost their parents. And if their parents were responsible and took care of all that stuff, it makes it way easier, because while you're dealing with grief and all that other stuff going on, especially something unforeseen, you need to have your future intact.
SelectQuote is one of America's leading insurance brokers with nearly 40 years of experience, helping over 2 million customers find over $700 billion in coverage since 1985.
Other life insurance brokers offer impersonal, one-size-fits-all policies that may cost you more and cover you less, while SelectQuote can help you find the right policy for you.
Have you been worried about trying to fit shopping for life insurance into your busy schedule? In as little as 15 minutes, a SelectQuote licensed insurance agent can tailor a life insurance policy for your family needs and budget. And have you been concerned about the cost of life insurance? It's more affordable than you think with SelectQuote, with some policies costing less than $1 a day.
Plus, if you're in good health, like I feel like we are, they work with carriers that can get you same-day coverage with no medical exam required.
Head to SelectQuote.com and a licensed insurance agent will call you right away with the right policy for your life and your budget.
SelectQuote. They shop, you save. Get the right life insurance for your family for less at SelectQuote.com/TogetherMess. Again, that's SelectQuote.com/TogetherMess. Go to SelectQuote.com/TogetherMess today to get started. That's SelectQuote.com/TogetherMess. That's SelectQuote.com/TogetherMess. And we're back. I'm going to keep doing that because it bothers you. I feel like kind of poking at you today.
Why?
I don't know.
You know what's sweet? My friend today, we get along. She loves Walmart. She loves McDonald's, Cokes. And she called me today. She dropped her kids off at camp and then was like, hey, I'm at McDonald's. Do you want a iced coffee? And went and got me an iced coffee at McDonald's. I've just been drinking it all day.
Soup's sweet.
That's so sweet.
Yes. All right. Here, this one's from Vicky, and it says hoot.
Hey, Jeff and Jordan. This is Vicky from Texas.
Oh.
And hey, I love you guys. Y'all are so cool. And Jordan, are you sure your mom isn't my Aunt Faye? Because I tell you, my Aunt Faye, she's blind as a bat. She's like doggone Mr. Magoo, you know. They wouldn't give her driver's license until she got glasses, and she only used them to get her driver's license. She still wouldn't wear them when she drove or anything. She was like Mr. Magoo. And I think your mom is my Aunt Faye. But anyway, hey, I wish you'd have her on the podcast, and I want to see your dad again, you know, because he was funny. Man, I just laughed when he was on your podcast because he is a hoot. But anyway, love you guys. And Jeff, you need to put some of your people on there too. I don't know if they'd be as funny as Jordan's, but doggone Jordan's people are hilarious. But anyway, keep up the good work, and y'all just keep me laughing. Anyway, have a good one, and bye.
That was Jordan's cousin Vicky, everybody.
She sounds like kind of like a Dolly Parton to me.
She sounds like your family.
I know. It's funny. Our families, you guys.
Like the Southern Illinois family. That's what she sounds like. Oh,
yeah. Like my grandpa. Yeah. Them. My family and Jeff's family are so different. So opposite.
Yeah, but my friends have funny stories too.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, your dad was good on the show. Did you want to say anything to Vicky, or that's it?
No, thank you, Vicky, for calling in. You're so sweet. And I just love hearing everybody's like different accents.
Me too.
And I love, we have a lot of Texas people.
I like
that call. And I know my mom's very shy, and she probably would never come on this podcast.
No.
She's very reserved. She's the opposite of my dad. I think that's why they got married. My brother I always say is the gay version of my dad. Because they look alike, they act just alike, and they're both loud. They'll talk to anybody. So
they're in that sense identical.
They're identical.
Yeah.
I even tell my mom, I know my parents don't like each other and they don't get along, but I always tell my mom, I'm like, if dad was gay, it would be Peyton. It's because Peyton's the same way. I called him the other day, and Peyton's living his best life. My mom moved to the beach with her new husband, and my brother goes down there all the time and like seeing her because she's not far. I think it's like 2.5 hours from Waxhaw. And I'm like, Peyton, how tan are you? Cause I go, is that a spray tan?
That's his furry bear chest.
Oh no, because he loves this. He used to say this all the time when he worked at Mercedes. Somebody asked him if he was Italian, and he goes, somebody asked me if I was Italian, and he like plays it up and just loves it that people think he's Italian. And I go, it might be you look so dark because your chest is so hairy. So your chest hair is so black that I think against your skin makes you look even tanner. But he goes, Hunty, no, it's a real tan. Like he gets so into it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm sure he's furry for other reasons too. You know what I mean?
He's a bear.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I've learned this stuff from my brother.
Me too. He explains everything in too much detail to me.
Too much. But I'm going to see my mom and them. But if I did ask my mom to be on the podcast, she would never. She doesn't even like me to post Instagram pictures with her. And I go, well, you better look at Peyton's because Peyton posts you like every 5 seconds. Y'all will be in the grocery store shopping and Peyton posts a picture of you and you don't even know it because she doesn't have social media.
Oh, she doesn't know?
She doesn't have social media.
That he posts 8,000 pictures a day.
I know. I told my brother, I was like, we got to work on this.
Yeah.
You post every single little thing. It's a problem.
Yeah. And I want everyone to love Peyton, but I don't want to encourage him. So don't go over there and like his photos. Otherwise, you'll encourage him. It'll be 40 photos a day instead of 20.
Oh, yeah. And then, but
if he gets like 10 more likes, he'll double
He just posted a photo today with him. And Peyton's the one that he will post. If he looks good in it, he'll post it and you could look horrible, but he doesn't care. He just wants the likes.
That his captions are like, I don't even know what he's talking about. All right. Anyways, let's get to another one. This is Erica Property. All right. Let's see what this is.
Hey, Jeff and Jordan. This is Erica from Indiana, and I've been waiting for the perfect opportunity to call in, and Cul-de-sac Confessions was my moment. As I'm watching the episode, my husband texts me and says, I emailed the county assessor's office this morning and copied you for your amusement. So for a little backstory, our property taxes went up significantly this year with no improvements on our part. So I thought I'd call in and read part of his email to you. He says, I was actually wondering if the increase was due to the new junkyard located next door to my property. The junkyard in question is owned by she who shall not be named, but my understanding is under land contract with the current residents. On the junkyard property, current residents at any given time have one RV, one prefab portable building that I have concerned someone in the family or extended family is currently living in, numerous derelict and or inoperable vehicles. I have many times counted up to 14 total vehicles on this property for extended periods of time, derelict or inoperable watercraft trailers, and an abundance of other heaps of trash, for lack of better word. In general, the property is filthy, congested, and run down looking. I invite you to drive by and have a look for yourself and tell me if you would enjoy seeing that mess every time you come or went from your home or when you stepped out into your backyard. Surely this can't be the reason for such an increase in our assessed value. If anything, I would expect the eyesore to have decreased my value in property, not increased it. Surely there are county ordinances to be enforced when situations like this are encountered. I just wanted to share that and let you know how jealous I am of you and your current neighborhood situation. You guys are great and so relatable, and you make me laugh every episode, and I love listening. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Erica. Sorry you're going through that. I think property taxes...
I just disputed ours.
Yeah.
I just mailed it in. Me In my cul-de-sac, we all disputed because what we're paying that they're saying our house will sell for is not what our house will sell for. And it makes me so mad that we're paying property tax on something that is way more.
Yeah. What's a derelict?
A what?
A derelict.
I don't know.
I think I'm using that word wrong. Derelict? Is that like is that something that's run down? She used that word a couple times.
What is it?
Derelict. In a very poor condition as a result of disuse and neglect.
I need to use that. I need to up my vocabulary
Riley sent
game.
it to me already.
I need to up my vocabulary
Shout out to Riley.
game.
She's on top of it.
I know. Riley's good.
Oh, I didn't know what that meant. I thought that meant, a person without a home, job, or property. That's what I thought that meant.
I've never
was
heard
thinking
of
of a
that
derelict,
before.
I didn't know it meant both of those. You never heard of that word ever?
I haven't.
Well, obviously I haven't enough because I didn't know the word, but I'm going to bring it into my vocabulary. I've been trying to up my vocabulary.
Because it makes you seem more intelligent?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you know what I've noticed? Because I am kind of jetting off
news?
here. Yeah. Because I'm trying to work on building my speaking properly, even though I can't, and using those bigger words. When I grew up, and I've kind of like went down to the root of why I can't read great and like just be on the news. Because if I could just read straight, I would be a broadcaster. It would be no problem.
You can. I don't know why you say that.
I like to interject, and I like bullet points when I do things, and I like to entertain. I can't just sit there and read the camera and be like, the derelict property in East, I can't do it. And that's the same reason I couldn't read and pay attention growing up. As soon as I saw a word that I didn't know, I would just skip over it and keep going. And that's why I never understood.
What's the difference
what I was
between the
reading.
news and what you read on Daily Blast Live? What's the difference? You read the teleprompter on Daily Blast Live. What is the difference?
No, I'm not. I read the teleprompter every day.
I know, but what's the difference between that, what you're doing now, and the news? I don't get it.
Because on the news, they're more serious stories.
But why? You could tell them. You could say, hey, do it bullet point like this, and you can read it like
Yeah, but you can't
your
bullet
way.
point journalism. You can't do that.
Just have the main
You're ruining the whole
themes.
story. I get what you're trying to do. I know exactly what you're trying to do. Nobody at home knows what you're doing. I know what you're trying to do.
What am I trying to do?
What do you think you're trying to do?
I'm trying to say you're good enough. That's what I'm trying to say.
And I'm smart enough and people like me?
You are. You're very smart. You don't give yourself enough credit.
Anyways, the whole point of this, I'm not trying to look for a compliment or degrade myself. What I'm saying is if there's a word I don't know, now I look it up. I look up the definition and I look up how to pronounce it. And in the past, even like I said, growing up, I just skip over it and not care about it. And that's why I didn't understand the certain things because I wasn't getting to the root of what I was reading. So now I just go to pronounce like on my phone every day. There's a bunch of things every day, especially people's names. And I look to pronounce, and instead of deleting it or putting in a simpler word, now I'm like, you know what? I want to challenge myself and learn what that word is and learn how to pronounce it right. So I'm better all around, you know?
So you can do everything. I mean, what you're doing now is like what you did. You've shown everything that you can do. You've done reality, that you can hold a show like Daily Blast Live and talk hard topics, politics, and entertainment. And now what you're doing now is something completely new, like journalism. And that's not something you're used to. And you doing this is showing that you can do it all.
Jordan's shopping me around because she wants nicer things.
No, I don't, because you deserve better and you are better. And I said, I'm not going to see you take 10 steps back from what you were doing. And I'm pushing you forward 20 steps forward where you should be. And you're not just going to accept something because you're like, whatever, this is just how it is now. I'm pushing you and I'm making you go forward and encouraging you because I know you're better than that.
Well, I appreciate it.
And you're smart enough and you have that whatever syndrome where you don't think you're good enough for whatever reason.
Imposter syndrome?
Yeah. Your stuff you're doing now, that's something I could do.
Well, you just took back all your compliments. You make me feel like a derelict.
No, you're good. You're very good at what you do. And you're the
all right.
best
Enough with that. I'm not fishing for compliments.
I'm not. I'm just giving you honest feedback. It's not a compliment. I'm giving you a feedback.
You giving me a feedback? Okay, I'm going to give you a feedback. Here's a little quote because we're out of time here. You want to keep going?
No, go.
What, do you want to get deep?
No, we're done. You ruined it. We lost.
We lost
You
what?
stopped the conversation.
I was trying to tell you how I'm bettering myself.
And I'm telling you that I'm pushing you to better yourself even more.
Okay, I was explaining how I'm getting better.
I'm making you get to the top of the ladder, and because you fell down that ladder, and I'm making you get back up on the ladder.
If you're encouraging me, or if I'm feeling worse about myself.
No, because you were climbing up the ladder, and then you fell down, and then you're going halfway, but then you're confused. So then you fall down, and then you go back up the ladder. I'm helping you get over that ladder to over the mountain. To the paradise. That's what I'm helping with.
Was that your Tony Robbins moment? I'm going to get over the mountain with a ladder.
Listen, whatever. At least I encourage you.
You know what's so weird? The first line of this, I just grabbed a random one. I actually threw the other one away because I think we read it. Whatever you do, you need courage.
See?
That's a perfect
I
place
tried to
end.
help you.
This is weird. Sometimes these really do work out. Sometimes they don't, but sometimes they do. Whatever you do, you need courage. Whatever course you decide upon, there's always someone to tell you that you are wrong. There are always difficulties arising that tempt you to believe your critics are right. To map out a course of action and follow it to an end requires some of the same courage that a soldier needs. Peace has its victories, but it takes brave men and women to win them.
Yep, that was a long one. All right.
What,
What?
you lost interest halfway through? That was very encouraging.
It was encouraging. It was a little long for me. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in,
long in the
downloading,
tooth.
and subscribing, all that good stuff. Thank you so much for calling in, and thank you for the voicemails.
Yes, thank
we
you
really
all
appreciate
for those,
it.
for real.
Just for taking your time. Keep those coming. I hope you like those, and we'll see you later. Oh, do y'all love my new white pants? Because I do.
Did you take something before we started this? What's going on?
I was drinking coffee all day.
And what? Rum?
No.
Little rum and yoo-hoo?
No. You would know.
What?
You would know.
What do you mean I would know?
You would know if I had something.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
What's happening?
Bye. Yay Media Group.